So I woke up this morning, it was -6 here in New York. And people see me all the time. They're like, Marcus, you're out there in the cold all the time. You're out there running, you're snowshoeing, doing all these things in the cold. Isn't it too cold? And I even have friends that go, man, I'm not going with you. I'm just not going with you. It's way too cold. So the most common question I ask, what gloves do you wear, right? Because you want to keep your hands warm. And so here are my favorite gloves over the years. Here's my number one, my favorite picks for gloves. I've had lots and lots of different brands. I like Manzella. Manzella is an awesome, awesome brand. I have several of theirs, but let me tell you a couple of pairs of gloves that I have that I don't like. Pair of Heinz running gloves. These are light running gloves. Heinz is a decent brand. I used to love their running clothes, and I had a lot of Heinz shirts at one point. I had them when they were made in the USA. They're no longer made in the USA. The Heinz products. I had an awesome pair of Heinz pants for years. Under Armour, lots of hype. These gloves, I've had these several years, probably 5 years, and they fit fantastic. They got a really cool grip. It has a contour grip. They feel like they're warm. They put them on. You're ready to go with these, but they're not warm. They're not warm at all. 30 degrees. You're out running, 35 degrees. You need gloves. These barely keep your hands warm. So for the amount of material that's in here, these I feel are under insulated, underperformers for how heavy and how thick the glove is. Okay, I think these are a major downfall. I don't wear these much. I don't wear these much at all, in fact, because they're just too bulky for the temperature that they're going to keep you warm at. Now back to the Manzella brand. I've had Nike running gloves too. I've had lots of different brands of running gloves. But Manzella I found a few years ago, and I got to tell you. So let's start with the basic. These are liners, Manzella liners. And when you go to buy Manzella gloves, they're really cool because I go to a place called Kenco in Kingston, New York, and you look on the shelves and they're all separated from like warm, warmer, warmest. So these ones are like liners. These are like the lightest of them, and these just fit. I wear these sometimes, like if I'm going out or something, because they're nice, just sleek black gloves. But I can also put these inside of other gloves because they're designed as a liner. So if it's really, really, really cold out there, I can put them right in there like that into the warmest pair of Manzellas. So these gloves I really like. Then the next level up for Manzella, and I'm really bummed out here. These wind stoppers, right? This glove here was my most favorite, most commonly used glove. Very durable, lightweight, warm, but I only have one. I lost the other one on a 30-mile race. Back in October, I lost it in the last mile of the race. I tried to go back and look where I lost it. I remembered having them, and I lost it. So Manzella wind stoppers. I love these most common gloves, but man, I'm really bumming out. It's like I don't even want to throw this other one away because like maybe somebody might return it. I might find it in the spring or something when I go back out there. So I'm holding on to this, hoping that I can find that other one out there on the course. Next one, these Manzellas. I don't even know the names of the models of these. These are like 3 years old. These have the touch screen for your phone. However, it worked like one season and it stopped working. You can see I've worn these out pretty good. This right here is now my most commonly worn glove. This is their warmer. I think they're warmer, part of their warmer line. And I can wear this at 20 degrees outside, even a little lower than 20, maybe even 15 degrees. These gloves are perfectly fine. But when you're running, when you're snowshoeing, when you're out there moving in the cold, your body heats up. So you want to dress in layers. You want to dress like a compression shirt. Like you see football players, right? Football players are out there, it's 10 degrees, and you're like, those guys are crazy. They're in short sleeve shirts. Problem is they're so pumped up. So when you're out there moving and working, you're sweating at that temperature. I sweat at 10 degrees out there. So my goal is to just have layers of clothes so I can shed layers. So I always take 2 pairs of gloves with me because I want to dress down. I want to warm up. So when you start sweating, you don't want to sweat. When you heat up, your body doesn't want to sweat because when you sweat, that's when you get cold because that sweat sticks on you, and all of a sudden you stop running, you stop moving, and it's like, oh, I'm freezing now. So the goal is just to keep taking layers off as your body heats up. And with me, that happens within the first mile. I went out 7 degrees a couple weeks ago, me and a couple buddies. And by mile 3, they looked at me, they're like, Marcus, we were going out for 20 miles, 18 miles. They go, by mile 3, they looked at me and go, Marcus, you're dressed way too hot. And I was like, I know. We all tore down to basically short sleeve shirts at this point, and it's 10 degrees out. Just like the football players, short sleeve shirts, but we're moving, we're active, and you don't feel that. So Manzella, the next Manzellas I have are their warmest series. I don't have any of their mittens. I don't know if they make a mitten or something, but these are in their warmest series. They have some that actually looked a little warmer at Kenco, but these were really an awesome purchase because these gloves do keep me warm. I can go out. In fact, my son skied with these last year once or twice when he didn't have gloves. These gloves keep you super, super warm. It's, like I said, -6 today. It's 4 degrees out right now. I'm going to go out in a little while. These are the gloves I'm taking with me. These are the ones, 4 degrees. I'm going to rock these out. My only problem with these gloves is they got a tear underneath here, and the palm is actually lifting off of up here. That's the only thing. You know, the nice thing also about Manzellas is they're not that expensive. I think the most I paid was $30 for a pair of gloves. My buddy just the other day paid $50 for a pair of North Face gloves. I hope they're warm. North Face typically does have some warm stuff. I don't have much North Face. I have one North Face jacket that I absolutely love that's lightweight and warm for its weight. See, that's the key. You need stuff that's warm for its weight. These Under Armour gloves are not warm for their weight. It's a bulky glove, fits great, but it doesn't keep you warm. So here's the real key to enjoying the winter, having the right gear. So you notice I have an array of gloves, right? I couldn't get through the winter with just one pair of gloves. And these aren't even my ski gloves. I have 2, 3 different ski gloves, 4 different ski gloves. I have mittens, I got different gloves. But when you buy good quality. So I have a pair of ski gloves that I bought, in 1991 that my son wore last year all through the winter. Most of the winter, and I wear them from time to time. They were like a $90 pair of gloves, skiing gloves, but they're awesome and they're in great shape and they're that old. So when you buy good stuff should last. That's the thing; it should last, and you should want to rebuy it again once you wear it out. So the key is having the right gear to get out there, and getting out there is it. Enjoying. I know a lot of people that'd rather be on a beach right now. You know, I just came from the beach 2 weeks ago. Last week I came from the beach. The beach is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Got some great runs in there, got some great sun in there. But man, there's something about just touching virgin snow, snowshoes, skis, hiking. There's something about this kind of weather, just magical, snow falling. So it's not that I wouldn't want to move to a warm climate. I really enjoy the wintertime. I mean, yeah, sometimes too cold, and you're sitting on a ski lift chair and it's like, you know, the wind's blowing and you got that major wind chill factor. But if you're dressed properly, that's the key. But see, skiing, when you ski, you've stopped, you're going up a chair, you're cold, then you get back on the slopes and you're warm again. So it's like hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. That's the one thing I don't like about skiing. So for me, skiing is much more enjoyed when it's 20 degrees or above, no wind chill. I love spring skiing. You know, put me out there 35, 40 degrees in pure sun in the spring, like slush. Oh, I'm in heaven. So the right gloves for the right weather. My first preference is Manzella. I'm Marcus Giuliano, Chef on a Mission. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please hit like, subscribe to my channel, and definitely get over to chefonamission.com.